Hello and welcome. I am Vaibhosha and welcome to yet another lecture on AutoCAD. In today's lecture, we will be learning about modify commands of AutoCAD. So let us first begin with the modify commands. So in previous lecture, we have learned how to draw different images or different elements in AutoCAD. So now in this lecture, we will be learning about each of the modify commands in AutoCAD. So now you can just edit your already drawn object. So let us learn few of the modify commands in AutoCAD. So first we will be learning about the move command. So we need to, any case, move object from one place to another place. We will be selecting move command. So press move and select the object and press enter. Then select your snap point. So you can select either corner point or center point. I will be selecting corner point and I need to move this square to my right hand side. I can also press a distance. So let us write down the distance as 25 mm and press enter. So as you can see, I have moved my square from the left side to right hand side. Right? Now, let us once again take the move command. So in this time I have to move this square. So let us select the square, then press enter. Then let us select this bottom point and let us press into this top of the square. So this is how you can operate your move command. Now let us see the rotate command. So you can practically rotate the object. So now let me rotate this square or rotate this line. So you need to select the rotate command from your ribbon. So now after selecting the rotate command, you can practically rotate any object. So now let us select the object rotate. So I will be selecting this object, then press enter. Then by the mouse click, you can practically rotate this object around its center. So press on the center. So now you can rotate this object from its center like this. So whichever position it fits correct, you can stop there and your object will be rotated. Let us suppose I want to rotate this object at 45 degrees. I will place 45 and enter. So now my object is rotated at 45 degrees at the reference. So let me measure the angle. So by annotation, we can measure the angle. So as you can see, my angle is now 45 degrees. That means I have rotated my square to 45 degrees. Now, let us take the rotate. Now, this time, I need to rotate this line at the angle of any of the sides of this square. So, I will not be entering the 45 degrees into the angle, but I will be using a reference of that side which I have previously drawn on this square. So, this is how we can also use the rotate command. So, let us see the novel method to rotate this line. Specifying first the base point. So first let us select this line, then press enter. Then you should specify the base point. So I have selected the base point. So now you can see my line is rotating. Now let us place the reference. So which reference you need to rotate? A specific point of reference. So I will be specifying the reference angle. So for that I need to incline this line. So let us click the start and end point of this line because I need to incline this line. So this is my reference line I need to incline. And now reference to which? So reference to some particular points on some other line. So for that I should select the points here. Now I will be selecting the points of which I need to incline this line. I have selected this square points and now you can see my line is now inclined according to the squares one of the side. So now let us use the trim command. So trim command is order to remove the intersecting points of the lines. Let us suppose if I select the trim command here, so let us click on the trim command. So I can remove the intersection portion of this both square. So let me suppose I need to remove this portion of this corner as well as the horizontal line passing inside of your small square. So I want to remove that line. So I just need to select the trim command and I should select that portion first and then press enter. And then after you should select that line and you can remove that line practically, right? And you can remove the line of the corners of square also. So I can select the square corners and I can remove this line. So this is your trim line. Then after, let us suppose if I have multiple lines like this. So this is my complex structure and I want to trim outer periphery of this line. So what I need to do? So if I need to multiple trim, then what I need to do? So I should select this trim command, then I should press enter. Then I am free to trim any of the objects multiple times. So you should just use a crossing window in order to trim the whichever portion of the element you want to trim. So you will just need a crossing window. You can use this command multiple times. You need not to take trim command every time. Then you can trim every of your object, right? And then press enter to terminate the command. Now it's very much easy. You can trim intersecting portions. So now let us learn a new command. So we'll be learning extend commands. You can directly extend this line from its end point, or you can go to the extend command. So let us go to the extend command here. So I will be pressing or clicking onto the extend command. So here let us click extend command. You can select any of the object and press enter. Then select the other object you want to extend, and by this method you can extend any object to the previously drawn object, right? Very easy. So extend, then enter, then select any object and it will be extended to the next nearby objects like this. So you can extend this object. So very much easy. Then press enter to terminate the command. Now let us see the erase command. So erase command is just like you are deleting any object. So you can press delete after selecting the object, or you can select by your erase command and you can omit the object. So let me select this object first, and by selecting object I will press delete and it will be erased. So this is simply a erase command. You can directly press erase, or you can select erase and you can select the object you want to delete. So this is how the erase command works. Now let us see the copy command. So let us suppose if we need to copy any particular drawn image multiple times, then we can use this copy command. So now let us understand the copy command now. So let us press copy, then select the object. So I need to make the copy of this image, then select the base point from which we need to copy and just click there wherever you want the copy. So you can have multiple points, you need to just click, so it will be copied. Then you can press enter or escape in order to terminate the command. Now let us see, we need to copy the number of elements at the same time. We can copy like this. We can copy multiple images at the same time also. So this is how copy command works. Now mirror command. So let us suppose if you want to generate the mirror of that particularly drawn image, then we should select this mirror command first. It will give you a mirror image, another image on the other side. So let us suppose I need to mirror this image. So I will select this image, then you need to press enter, then specify first mirror line point and specify second mirror line point. So this will create a invisible mirror and you can have two images, first and second. So it is asking erase the source object, yes or no. So if I press yes, then it will erase my source object. So I will press yes and it will erase my left hand side object, and I will be having a mirror copy with me. So this is how you can draw a mirror command. Now let us give a fillet command. So if you need to give a cornering to any intersection of two lines, you can have this fillet command. So you can give corners at the intersection of two lines. Fillet command selected. So you need to just first make the fillet in the intersection of this horizontal and vertical line. So how to make the fillet? So for that you can use arc, or you can use a circle, but it will take a lot of time because you need to use a trim. So we'll be using directly fillet command. It will give you direct. So select the fillet command from the command, then select your any other thing. So I will be selecting radius because I need to specify a particular corner radius. So radius, to select first object or the first line. Then you need to select the second line into which you need to give the fillet. So first will be entering the radius. The radius value you can give 5 or anything. Then select your first line and select second line. You can have this arc generated. So this is how you can generate the circular arc or corner by intersection of two lines. It is very easy, right? So now you can see fillet. Now let us suppose if we fillet, we don't need that lines also. So we just need the corner, not but the line, right? So if we don't need this corner, we just need that circular arc or the angle, a circular portion. So what we need to do? So let us go to fillet, and we'll be having one option, radius. We'll be defining the radius 5 or whatever you need to enter. There you will select the first object and second object, and you can have fillet. But while having fillet or while having the corner portion, I don't need that particular corner. I need that corner to be circular. So for that I will use a trim command. So if I press a trim, then after the fillet you will not have that corner, it will then to this fillet. This is how you can give the bend without having the corners into your command, right? So this is how you can give the fillet. So without corner, you can see that lines is in intact position in the corners, and still you are having this cornered fillet. This is how you can give fillet. So now let me give the fillet to this polygon. So let us suppose I have a square and I need to give the fillet to each of the corners of the square. So I will be selecting the polyline option. So first specify the radius, then let us select the polyline, because square is nothing but polygon, or you can say polyline, multiple lines. You will be having this fillet generated on each of the corners. So this is how you can generate. Now let us suppose I don't need the corners, I just need the fillets, or I just need the banded portion on each of the corner points. What I need to do? So let us go to fillet once again. Let us select the radius. Whatever the radius you can select, then let us select the trim command. We will be using trim, then select the polyline, and then select the object. You will be having your object trim to a fillet. So this is how you can give the fillets to your object, right? Very easy. Now let us suppose I have multiple objects like this, and I need to give the fillets to each of the objects. So for that, if I will be using the fillet command, it will take a long time, and I will have to operate this command multiple times. So what I need to do? So here there is one option in fillet. So let us see their options. I will be having first, let us specify the radius. I will be specifying radius as 2. Now let us select the multiple. When you click the multiple, then you can give the multiple fillets of the same radius to the multiple objects without needing of activating the command multiple times. We can have in a single stroke, we can give the fillets to multiple objects. So this is how you can draw fillets to multiple objects by a lace effort. So this is very easy, right? So then after, let us see the chamfer command. So we need to give the slant edges to that particular edges. So we need the slant line. In the case of your corner, we need to convert the corner into the slant edges. So how to use this chamfer? So we have seen the polyline, trim, and multiple in the case of your fillet. So we'll be not looking these commands in this case of your chamfer, but we'll be looking of the 3 new commands, which are distance, angle, and your method. So method is nothing but defining your distance and angle. So I will be describing you only the distance and angle, because if you press the method, it will be having 2 options, angle and distance. So let us see first the distance, and second will be looking for the angles. So first, let me draw two lines, one horizontal line and one vertical line. So I will be drawing one horizontal line, L enter, or you can select the line command. I will be drawing one horizontal line of 10, and similarly I will be having one another vertical line of 10 as well. Then after, let us guess, I need to draw a chamfer from the corner point on the left hand side 5 mm, and similarly from the corner point to the downward direction 5 mm. So I will be measuring the distance always from the corner point, always remember that. So I need the distance from the corner point as 5 mm to the fillet, and I need the same distance 5 mm from the corner point in the downward direction. And whichever point I am getting, I need to have a slant line passing from that corner point. Slant line passing from that point. So let us select the chamfer, then select the distance and enter 5. Enter, you can directly write 5, but let us suppose I don't want to specify the distance, and I can select first point and last point as the midpoint or 5 distance away and press enter. And then after, you should select the first line, and then you should select the second line, and you will be having this chamfer passing from the 5 distance away from your corner point from the both of the sides, as you can have this chamfer. So now let us measure the length, the linear dimension from the annotation toolbar. So I will be measuring the chamfer length from the corner for this horizontal line. So it will be what? The total line length is the 10, but the chamfer distance is what? 5. So let us measure now the chamfer distance from the corner, which is what? A 5 mm. So as you can see, we have drawn this chamfer or the slant line from the 5 mm away from your corner point. Very easy. So we have drawn this chamfer. Now let us see one more case. So in this case, we will be drawing one another chamfer. So let us select this chamfer option once again. Now in this case, let us go to distance. This time we will be having 2 different distances. So first, let us enter the distance. You can enter the distance 5 and press the first chamfer distance 5 and enter. It will be asking the second chamfer distance. On the second line, I will be placing 7. Now let us select the first line. and then after select the second line. So you will be having chamfer like this. So let us measure the distances. So it will be having the phi distance on this horizontal line chamfer, and it will be having a 7 distance on this vertical line chamfer. When I measure in the vertical line, I will be having chamfer at 7 mm distance from the corner. So as you can see, this is my 7 mm distance. So this is how you can give the two different distances on the two different lines on the chamfer on your drawing. Now let us see the last option, the angle option. So let us go to chamfer once again. Let us select the angle option into your command line. Then we specify the chamfer length on the first line. So first we will define the chamfer length. So let us define midpoint length, or you can say phi mm, and enter. Then it is asking for your angle. So whenever it is asked for the angle, you should specify the angle. So let us suppose we need to give the chamfer at the 30 degrees, 30 and enter. You will be having one chamfer generated which is at the 30 degree. So now let us measure that is it the 30 degree. So let us draw our reference horizontal line. With this horizontal reference line, we will be measuring the angle of this chamfer. So the angle of this chamfer is now 30 degree, as you can see. So this is how you can draw the chamfer to any of the drawing. And this is phi from your corner point on the horizontal line as we have specified. Now let us see the explode command. So this is your polyline object, and when we press the explode, it will just separate out each of the part of your component. So this is your solid object, this is a closed object made by a single solid line. So when you will select the object, it will show as a one entity. But when you press the explode command, then it will explode each of the portion, and it will separate each of the parts or elements of that particular portion. So when in this case I will press the explode, it will explode and it will give the different lines separate lines, and it will give the corners separate, as you can see. So this is how the lines are separated now, and each of the corners are separated. So when I select the object, it is now not selecting each of the objects, right? So now let us see the stretch command. So stretch command is used to stretch object in any particular direction, horizontal as well as a vertical direction. So let us suppose in this case I want to extend this object into rightward direction. So what I need to do is, so I need to extend this line on the rightward direction. So let us select this object first, and let us apply the stretch command. So the right hand side portion will be stretched, so I will be having the object extended onto the right hand side direction. So let us press stretch command, then let us select the object. So we will be selecting this object by this green screen. You should select this object, more than half of the object should be selected. Always remember, select more than half the portion of the object in order to stretch. Then press enter. Then you should simply stretch this object so until whatever the length you need. So I will be placing simply 4 and enter. So it will be extended to 4 more distance. So 6 plus 4 it will be 10. So I will be having the extended portion to 10. Now let us suppose I need to extend this vertical portion of this line, vertical line. So what I need to do is, I need to once again select the vertical portion of the line. So once again you should select this portion, more than half of the portion you should select. So first let us select the stretch and select the more than half portion. Now then after you should stretch this in the downward direction, and you should select any digit 12. So 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. That means it is extended to the 18 mm length. So now let us see the scale command. So in scale command, let us suppose this is the object, and I need to just multiply the dimension of this object. If I need to draw the twice the dimension of the object, if I need to enlarge the dimension, then I can scale down this object to the twice. So let us select the object, then scale, then select the object, then specify the point from which you need to be from which you need to have this portion enlarged. So I will be placing 2, so it will be enlarged to 2 times. So as you can see, it is enlarged to 2 times. 18 now is 36 and 10 is now 20. Now let us suppose I need to just reduce the dimension of the object. So I need to, this object to be smaller in size. I need to reduce it. So I want this object into the half scale. So I will be selecting this object. Then you should press enter. Then you should specify the point from which you need to scale. And then you should press write down 0.5. So it will be reducing your object to the half the dimension of your previous dimension. So this is your half scale of your previously drawn scale. So 18 you can see, and 10, which is half of your previously drawn scale. Now let us see the array command. Array means group of objects. Let us suppose I have one object and I need to create a multiple number of objects. So I will be using array command. So array command, the first command is your rectangular array command. So array command in which let us place the rectangular array and let us click the object and let us place enter. You will be having this array, means a group of objects created. You can edit this group of objects by this edit panel. So you can change the number of columns and you can change the number of rows. So let me place the number of columns. So let me change the values of number of columns and rows here. So we'll be changing this number of columns to like this. You can directly stretch these columns or you can directly stretch these rows also. So you can directly stretch from the screen itself or directly you can write it down in the edit toolbar. You can write down 10 in the column and in the rows you can write down 5 and press enter. You will be having this group of array generated. So this is how you can generate the rectangular array. Now let us see the path array. So let us suppose you have a path and you need to just repeat the entity over this path. You will be selecting this path array. So I will be having this grass and I will be repeating this grass over the complete surface of my path. So what I need to do is first select the path array and select your objects. I will be selecting this object and then you need to press enter and you need to select the path. So you will be having this path array and you can see the grass is spread over each of the entity or each of the points on the path, right? If you press align, then your grass will be aligned to your path. So you can change anything as per your requirement. So align item to the path. If you align the item to the path, then it will change the position of this grass over the path. So if you press the align, so it will be aligned to this path. So it will be following the fashion of same the path. So it will be aligned to the path. That means the grass will be inclined in the same fashion as that of the path. So as you can see, the grass is following the same particular fashion, just like that of the path, right? So this is how you can use your path array. Very easy. So after that path array, we'll be having a polar array. So we are having a circular arrangement and we need to just repeat the particular portion in the circle or circular pattern and we'll be having this polar array. So we'll be defining circular angles and we can have this polar array. So let us suppose we select the polar array. So you can see the triangle is repeated in the around the circle in the particular fashion. So this is how you can draw multiple number of a group of triangles around the circle in the polar manner. So this is known as a polar array. You should define the base point around which you need to rotate this particular triangle. So let us define the center point. Around the center point you will be having number of triangles located and you can change the number of triangles or you can change the angle in order to have the different arrangements of your triangles around your center. So we'll be changing the degrees. So let us change the degrees or you can change the items. I will be changing the item 6 to 12 so you can see the better understand how it will affect, right? So this is how you can have polar array. Finally, we will be having offset commands. You can draw a similar shape in the particular distance away from that shape. So this is the offset command. So when you try to draw the similar shape at a particular distance away, so it will be known as offset. So offset, select offset, then select object and select the particular distance away and release the click. You will be having the object drawn parallel to that object with the same dimension at particular distances. So this is how you can draw the similar object at particular distances with the offset command. So that is all from my side. If you have enjoyed my lecture and teaching style, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Keep learning, stay connected. Bye bye.